Hi everyone, you're on the FilmDOC channel. Today I will tell you about an epic biographical thriller film released in 2023 called Oppenheimer. A dramatization of the life story of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the physicist who had a large hand in the development of the atomic bomb, thus helping end World War II. The movie depicts his life from his university days to the period after World War II, when his fame led him to become embroiled in political machinations. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put a like if you like the movie review. In 1926, the 22-year-old doctoral student J. Robert Oppenheimer grapples with anxiety and homesickness while studying experimental quantum physics under Patrick Blackett at the University of Cambridge. Oppenheimer clashes with Blackett and leaves him a poisoned apple, but later retrieves it. Visiting scientist Niels Bohr advises Oppenheimer to study theoretical physics at the University of Göttingen. Oppenheimer completes his PhD and meets scientist Isidor Isaac Rabi. They later meet theoretical physicist Werner Heisenberg in Switzerland. Wanting to expand quantum physics research in the US, Oppenheimer teaches at the University of California, Berkeley, and the California Institute of Technology. He marries Catherine Kitty Poening, a biologist and ex-communist, and has an intermittent affair with Jean Tatlock, a troubled communist psychiatrist who later dies by suicide. When nuclear fission is discovered in 1938, after the Germans succeed in splitting the atom, Oppenheimer realizes it could be weaponized. In 1942, during World War II, U.S. Army Colonel Leslie Groves, the director of the Manhattan Project, recruits Oppenheimer as the director of the Los Alamos Laboratory to develop an atomic bomb. Oppenheimer fears the German nuclear research program, led by Heisenberg, might yield a fission bomb for the Nazis. Oppenheimer assembles a team consisting of Rabi, Hans Bethe, and Edward Teller, and collaborates with the scientists Enrico Fermi, Leo Szilard, and David L. Hill at the University of Chicago. Teller's calculations reveal an atomic detonation could destroy the world. After consulting with Albert Einstein, Oppenheimer concludes the chances are acceptably low. Teller attempts to leave the project after his proposal to construct a hydrogen bomb is rejected, but Oppenheimer convinces him to stay. After Germany's surrender in 1945, some scientists question the bomb's relevance. Oppenheimer believes it would end the ongoing Pacific War and save Allied lives. The Trinity test is successful, and President Harry S. Truman orders the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, resulting in Japan's surrender. Though publicly praised, Oppenheimer is guilt-ridden and haunted by the destruction and mass fatalities. After Oppenheimer expresses his guilt to Truman, the president berates him and dismisses his plea to cease further atomic development. As an advisor to the United States Atomic Energy Commission, Oppenheimer's stance generates controversy, while Teller's hydrogen bomb receives renewed interest amidst the burgeoning Cold War. AEC Chairman Lewis Strauss resents Oppenheimer for publicly dismissing Strauss's concerns about exporting radioisotopes and for recommending negotiations with the Soviet Union after the Soviets successfully detonated their own bomb. Strauss also believes that Oppenheimer denigrated him during a conversation Oppenheimer had with Einstein in 1947. In 1954, wanting to eliminate Oppenheimer's political influence, Strauss secretly orchestrates a private security hearing before a personnel security board concerning Oppenheimer's Q clearance, during which his loyalty to the United States is questioned. However, the hearing is a show trial. Oppenheimer's past communist ties are exploited, and his associate's testimony is twisted against him, with Teller's being the most damaging. After Kitty delivers impassioned testimony in defense of herself and her husband, the board no longer suspects Oppenheimer of disloyalty, but revokes his clearance, thereby damaging his public image and limiting his influence on American nuclear policy. In 1959, during Strauss's Senate confirmation hearing for Secretary of Commerce, Hill testifies about Strauss's personal motives for engineering Oppenheimer's downfall. Strauss's nomination is voted down. In 1963, President Lyndon B. Johnson presents Oppenheimer with the Enrico Fermi Award as a gesture of political rehabilitation. A flashback reveals that Oppenheimer and Einstein's 1947 conversation never mentioned Strauss. Instead, the two discussed Oppenheimer's legacy, and Oppenheimer expressed his fear that they had indeed started a chain reaction that will destroy the world. I enjoyed Oppenheimer for its gripping portrayal of J. Robert Oppenheimer's complex character, brilliantly brought to life by the cast. The film adeptly navigates Oppenheimer's moral dilemmas and internal struggles as he grapples with the implications of his scientific discoveries, particularly the development of the atomic bomb. The historical accuracy and attention to detail in depicting Oppenheimer's involvement in the Manhattan Project lend depth and authenticity to the narrative. Overall, Oppenheimer is a thought-provoking and compelling biographical thriller that offers insight into one of the most significant periods in modern history. See you in the next video.